Hi, welcome to PW Holding, authorized partner for Sage Business Cloud Accounting with Sage Asia. Recurring invoices. Sage Business Cloud Accounting allows you to create an invoice for a specific customer that needs to be repeated for a specific period or time. This process is called recurring invoices, whereby you create an invoice that needs to repeat every day or every month or every year on a specific date or time for a specific customer. This process will repeat until the end date has been reached. Customers, transactions, customer recurring invoices. Add recurring invoice. Complete the screen with the following information. Select the customer, recurring invoice number generated from the system. Select the sales rep. If customer has a reference number, enter the reference number. If discount applies to the customer transaction, enter a discount percentage in the discount percentage field. Ensure that the active checkbox is checked. If it is not, the system will not create any new invoices from this recurring invoice. Specify the recurring invoice details in the recurring invoice setup section. The recurring invoice is reliant on the information specified in this section. Ensure that you specify the following. Start date of recurring invoice. Frequency of the recurring invoice, be it daily, weekly, monthly, annually, and so on. End date, which will indicate when the system must stop creating invoices from this recurring invoice. Due date for payment, which the system uses to calculate the payment due date on each invoice created from this recurring invoice. Email address. If the invoices are to be sent automatically, click Email Signature to enter text. That will be included in the body of the sent email. Check the CC checkbox if you want to send a copy of the invoice to yourself or another recipient. Sage Business Cloud Accounting automatically populates your registered company email address in this field. Select whether you want the system to save the recurring invoice as a draft or to process and send the new invoice to the customer automatically. You then enter or select one of the multiple delivery addresses. Check the Use Inclusive Amount checkbox to enter inclusive prices and uncheck the checkbox to enter exclusive prices in the Lines section. Enter the invoice information in the lines by selecting the items or accounts that need to be invoiced. Click on Save or Save and New to update the system with this information and or create a new recurring invoice. You can add additional user-defined fields to your recurring invoice. To do so, click on the Options button at the top of the screen followed by the Show User-Defined Fields option. View Draft Invoices. If you want to view your draft invoices, click on the View Draft Invoices button. For more details, please log into www.pwholdings.lk. Thank you. Hi, welcome to PW Holdings, authorized partner for Sage Business Cloud Accounting with Sage Asia. Credit note. You will process a customer credit note when the customer returns items for a refund or replacement. Click on Customers, Transactions, Customer Credit Notes. Click on Add Credit Note button. Select the customer, enter customer reference. If you are entering the credit note to an invoice, you can select the invoice from drop-down. Enter credit note date. If you want, you can change the item or quantity. You can save, print or email the credit note. From here also you can email or print the invoice. Options. Under Options, you can enter any additional details. Attach documents. Add document note to the credit note and re-invoice or copy credit note. You can create credit note by linking an invoice. Go to Invoice list. Select the invoice. Click Actions. Create credit note. For more details, please log into www.pwholdings.lk. Thank you. Hi, welcome to PW Holdings, authorized partner for Sage Business Cloud Accounting with Sage Asia. Customer adjustments. Customer adjustments are used to increase or decrease a customer balance by affecting another account. Click on the Customers, Transactions, Customer Adjustments option. Click on the Add Customer Adjustment button. Select the customer from the Customer drop-down menu. Select whether you are increasing or decreasing the customer account. Select the tax type. Select the by affecting account. Note: by affecting is the other account affected when you post a transaction. Enter a description for the adjustment in the description field. Select the date when the account is adjusted in the date calendar lookup field. In the unpaid invoices section, select the invoice that you want to adjust. An increased adjustment cannot be allocated to unpaid invoices. Select the Process button to save the adjustment that was made. You also have the option to do customer adjustments using a quick entry grid. Customers, Transactions, Customer Adjustments. Select Quick Entry Grid. Enter all the customer adjustment information in the respective fields. Click on the Process button to save the customer adjustment. For more details, please log into www.pwholdings.lk. Thank you. Hi, welcome to PW Holdings, authorized partner for Sage Business Cloud Accounting with Sage Asia. Customer receipt. If a customer pays for purchase, you will process a customer receipt as a proof of payment. Add a receipt. Method 1. Go to Customers, Transactions, Customer Receipts. Click on Add Receipt button. Select customer name. After you select the customer, system will display outstanding invoices of this customer. System will show the customer outstanding amount in balance. Document number is receipt number. This will generate automatically from the system. Document number setting discussed in detail under Document and Statements Company Module video. Enter the receipt amount. Select Invoices until you fully match the receipt amount. Note: if you have activated the Auto Allocate Receipts Oldest Invoice option, system will automatically allocate invoices to the receipt. Reference. In reference, you can enter any reference to the receipt, such as check number, bank transfer number, etc. Select the deposit bank account. Enter description which you need to print in the receipt. You can enter any note in comments. Select receipt date. Select payment method: cash, check, credit card, or EFT, electronic fund transfer. In the line section, screen will display invoice number, invoice date, invoice total, amount due, amount received. If you give a discount such as early settlement discount, you can enter here. System will show unallocated balance if available. Without entering receipt amount, you can tick on Paid Invoice. Then, system will pick the receipt amount. If your customer settle one or more invoices from one receipt, you can select all settled invoices. Then, system calculate the total receipt amount. At the bottom of the screen, you can select one of 4 processing options. First process: to save the document and return to the screen that you were in. Second, process and new. To save the document and clear the field so that you can enter another receipt. Third, process and print. To save and print the document. Fourth, process and email. To save the document and email a PDF copy to the customer. Add a receipt. Method 2. Go to Customers, Transactions, Customer Tax Invoices. Select the invoice which customer has paid. Click on Actions. Select Create Receipt. Receipt screen has filled with customer name, receipt amount, and tick on Paid Invoice. You can enter the reference, bank account, description, and payment method. After enter required details, process the receipt. You can customize receipt list by clicking Customize Grid button. Add these columns by ticking and remove by unticking. You can export receipt list by clicking CSV button. You can sort the order of the list by clicking each column heading ascending or descending. You can sort by multiple columns by clicking multi-column sorting button. You can filter the list from following headings: Receipt Report, You can generate customer receipt report from customer transaction reports. Select customer receipt from transaction type. View report. Note: if you are entering foreign customer receipt, system will display the foreign currency amount, home currency amount and exchange rate. If you need, you can change the exchange rate according to your bank exchange rate. You can maintain post-dated checks in the system. We will discuss post-dated checks receipt in detail under post-dated checks customer module video. For more details, please log into www.pwholdings.lk. Thank you. Hi, welcome to PW Holdings, authorized partner for Sage Business Cloud Accounting with Sage Asia. Allocate receipts. You sell to customers via invoices and customers pay via receipts. You have to match each receipt to a customer invoice until you allocate receipts. The invoice will display on the customer's outstanding statement. Customers, transactions, allocate receipts. Select the customer. To allocate a receipt, you will click on it in the Unallocated Items section on the right and then drag it over the invoice on the left that you want to allocate to. You are also able to unallocate a receipt. To unallocate a receipt, click on the plus sign to the left of the invoice and then drag and drop the allocated transaction into the Unallocated Items area. Save. For more details, please log into www.pwholdings.lk. Thank you. Hi, welcome to PW Holdings, authorized partner for Sage Business Cloud Accounting with Sage Asia. Customer invoice. When a customer purchases from you, you process an invoice. An invoice is a document of sale. If you first produce a code for the customer, you can link the code into the invoice and print it without redoing any data entry. If not, you can enter invoice from the beginning. Add a new invoice. Customers, transactions, customer tax invoices. If you are a tax registered company, it will show as customer tax invoices. Else it will show as customer invoice. Click on Add a tax invoice button to create a new customer invoice. Select the customer. If the customer has pending quotations or sales orders, system will ask to invoice those quotations or sales orders. If you want to convert pending quotations or sales orders, select the document. If not, enter new invoice. Customer outstanding will display in the balance. Document number is invoice number. This will generate automatically from the system. You can set document numbers from documents and statements. Company, change company settings, documents and statements, document numbers. You can set customer invoice number under new document number. After set the number from next invoice, System will generate the invoice number. This will discuss in detail under Document and Statements Company Module video. Customer ref. If your customer sent a purchase order or any document for purchasing, you can enter that document reference number. Customer ref is optional. If you want, you can keep it blank. From quote or sales order. You can link quote or sales order if available. Layout. This is invoice print document. If you want, you can change the default invoice layout. Sales rep. You can select the sales rep or system will display default sales rep. Date is invoice generate date. Due date is payment due date for this invoice. If you are giving credit period to this customer, you can select the due date as future date. Discount. If you are giving discount, you can enter discount percentage. This discount percentage applies for all items in the invoice. If you want to give different discount rates for different items, use line discount percentage or discount amount. Discount is optional. Therefore, if you are not giving discount, keep it 0. Use inclusive amounts. If you are a tax registered company, you need to apply taxes in the invoice. If you tick on Use inclusive amounts, price will display with taxes. If you untick, price will display without taxes. Type. If you select item, you can select selling items. If you select account, you can select GL account. If you select time, you can select time. This is an add-on module. This will discuss in detail under time tracking. If you select bundle, you can select bundle items. Item bundle allows you to group multiple items into a single code. When you invoice, you enter the item type bundle and the bundle code. The system brings each individual item into the invoice. We will discuss item bundles in detail under Item Bundles item module. Select the item. Enter quantity. System will calculate total. If you need to assign a project, you can select the project. You can create projects from invoice screen or go to company analysis code. From analysis codes screen, you can create projects, branch, cost centers, etc. Print invoice. You can print the invoice by clicking Print Preview button. Email invoice. You can directly email your invoice to the customer by clicking Email button. If you enter customer email address when creating customer, email address will display. Else, you can enter the customer email address. Invoice attached as PDF document. Email body will display name, amount user, etc. If you want to change email message, go to company, change company settings, email signatures, add email signature. Create email signatures described in detail under Email Signature Company Module video. After process the invoice, your customer can view the invoice on the customer zone. If you want to save the invoice without print or email, click Save button. If you click Save and New, system will save the invoice and open new window for enter new invoice. Note: after process the invoice, you cannot delete the invoice. To correct the invoice, you need to enter a customer credit note. Additional options. You can email or print invoice by clicking Send button. Options. By clicking View Invoice GP, you can view the gross profit of the invoice. Clicking Invoice History, you can view the invoice history such as created or any modification for the invoice. Clicking Show User-Defined Fields, you can add additional fields to the invoice. Create user-defined fields. Go to Company, change company settings, user-defined fields, documents and transactions. User-defined fields described in detail under User-Defined Fields Company Module video. You can attach documents related to this invoice by clicking Document Attachments. You can attach maximum of 5 attachments. Each attachment should not exceed 2 MB. You can add document note by clicking Document Notes. If you add a document note, a notification will come to your dashboard. Anticipated payments. You can add a customer anticipated payment date. If you add an anticipated date, a notification will come to your dashboard on that date. Create recurring invoice. If you create a recurring invoice, you can schedule the invoice on regular frequency. If you set a recurring invoice, system will automatically generate the invoice and email to the customer. Recurring invoice discussed in detail under Customer Recurring Invoice Customers Module video. Create credit note. If you want to reverse a customer invoice, you can create credit note without re-entering data. Credit note and re-invoice. Create a credit note for a document and re-invoice. Create receipt. You can enter a receipt to a particular invoice from the invoice screen. Copy invoice. Copy the details on a document and paste it onto a new document. You can customize your invoice list by clicking Customize Grid button. You can add these columns by ticking and remove by unticking. You can export the list by clicking CSV button. You can sort the order of the list by clicking each column heading ascending or descending. You can sort by multiple columns by clicking multiple column sorting button. You can filter the list from following headings. You can modify the invoice later if you are authorized to edit customer invoice. There are 4 status: unpaid, overdue, partially paid, and paid. Unpaid is customer not paid for the invoice but within the credit period. Overdue is customer not paid for the invoice and exceed the credit period. Partially paid is customer paid only part amount of the invoice. Paid is customer paid for the invoice. From actions, you can preview, print, email, create receipt, create credit note, copy invoice, print delivery note without opening the invoice. Invoice reports. You can generate customer invoice report from report section or from quick reports. For more details, please log into www.pwholdings.lk. Thank you.